Here we are at 141 Speedway. We're going to be doing Moto 2 for our 2022 World of Outlaw season. I think it'd be season 4 at this point. Running it back on MCC. We got the victory lane at 141 here. The one on the die. Wow, what a great symbolism right there. To go to the starting order over here, we've got a dyno front row. So one thing to keep in mind, I should mention this. So we went with the GWC. We didn't stop to look at the film, right? This was all after the race. So we went with the green white checkered lineup for Moto 2, which isn't that big of a deal. It's an oval race. It's 8 people. There's 60 laps. Like it's not too big of a deal. I don't think anyone's gonna care too much about that. But yeah, we wanted to keep the show moving, so it's gonna be that order based off of the GWC that ended up getting scratched. So that will explain if the starting order seems a little weird. So, that being said, it's going to be a dyno front row. We've got the Dark Dyno and the Jedi Dyno. Sith Dyno, Jedi Dyno, inside, outside. On the next row, we've got Luke, then Jared. That's right to left. Next row, we got Slaunch and Roman. And then on the back row, Detail and Real Deal. Let's do it. Another 60 laps at 141 Speedway. One of the few tracks that we ran in the past for MCC World of Outlaw. We're back here doing it again in 2022 as we go green. With, again, many drivers electing to go with that outside, and somehow, some way, Detail goes from last to first on the inside rut, and Slaunch spins it as well. So that's going to send him towards the back. There's going to be a 3-way battle there, and some form of lag cheese. That's a weird spin out. That one was kind of dragged out. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a caution. And maybe there was already one called even. So we stop it on the backstretch. And Real Deal gets swatted in the middle of the race. So he's going to have to get that sorted. We're going to take a short intermission here. We'll be back with Moto 2 in a moment. And we're back. Real Deal has sorted that issue with the police on the front row. Now restarting the race. We're going to have Detail on the inside. Opix Dyno on the outside. Then Real Deal and Luke, then Jared and Armada. What a row right there. And then Roman and Slaunch on the back row. So we did get a few laps completed. So we reloaded the game, had to get everything figured out. So if we check the lap count, it's still going to be the same 60 lap race, but it'll end on checkpoint 115 now. 115 instead of it was originally 121, which we should have added 10 laps. I don't know why we didn't do 141 checkpoint for 141, but whatever. Here we go. Green flag. I'm trolling. Slaunch tries to cold trickle the restart, ends up backing out of that one as we have a 3 wide here on the backstretch going into turn 4. And now like a 4-way battle, all these drivers duking it out. Whoa, don't go to the lead. We got a lot of action in the backpack here. We'll get to the lead in a bit. Detail having a really strong start to this race, and Real Deal, the top 2 finishers from last moto, just having really strong starts to their second moto here as some contact. I think that Slaunch got involved in that one on the back of the wall, so possibly a caution here. Oh, it might have been Roman, actually. Yeah, it might have been Roman on that one. But either way, caution here. Let's go on board with Roman and see how he can work his way back up the pack, or maybe not. After that caution. So we're a few laps into our restarted game here. Green flag. And a double spin for Red Dyno and Luke on the inside immediately, so not a great restart for them. Too bad that they couldn't have spun into each other. Would have worked out a little bit better for the caution. But the slide job, Luke going for it on Roman. Roman trying to hold this outside line.
Lap complete.
And we've got Jared, and that's Opix working on Jared there in front of us, trying to take that spot from him. We've got Slaunch working the inside rut, going up to podium position, as Detail and Real Deal still have a really big lead. The start definitely worked out for them. They have checked out of this one. Slaunch slides out of the rut, so Luke's going to take advantage of that. Roman tries to get with him, but it just the collision there just works out weirdly, and he ends up not really spinning out, but just getting slowed down quite a bit.
Lap complete.
We're going to go on board with Slaunch here for a second as he tries to track down Jared. Jared actually having a pretty decent run so far into Moto 2. Jared, of course, having to show up for the World of Outlaw series. He is eagerly anticipating the return to Chili Bowl where he will defend his crown that I don't think he has, but he does, and he's definitely looking forward to that. So this is just warm up for Jared.
Lap complete. Lap complete.
Oh, Opix with a bit of a spin out as we have a 4-way battle here in the mid-pack.
Complete.
Jared, Slaunch, Red Dino to the inside. A weird reaction on the Rumble. Again, Red Dino keeping things interesting for us here on 141. The Red Dino is the wild card for this race. So we go back on board with Roman. The Red Dino spins it again, but it keeps it, I want to say, clean and green there, as Slaunch is trying to make a move on the inside here of Jared, working that inside rut.
Lap complete.
And Slaunch is checked out. Look at this. I mean, he was battling with Jared a little while ago. And we've got, let's go on board with Detail because he's working his way through lap traffic right now. He's putting both dynos a lap down. He's trying to, but he kind of slides it out of the rut there. And that's Real Deal behind him right there. So let's actually go on board with Real Deal so we could watch both sets. Detail on the inside in front of us a bit here, trying to put this lap traffic, well, down a lap. And Real Deal trying to do it as well, but instead electing for the outside. Interesting that we have the top 2 finishers from last Moto going for 2 different lines. Definitely something that we like to see. Oh! The one time he tries to do something on the inside and he gets a weird reaction and flips it in a full dismount, and full dismounts are cautions. So we are going to have a caution here in the middle of this race. Getting close to the halfway point, but not quite there.
Lap complete.
All right, so we're lined up, ready to go green again. I want to say, though, shout out to the field in this race. We were pretty good at keeping getting the lineups going and getting the races back green. So shout out to the squad for that, as the Red Dino tries to send it on the inside rut and biffs it yet again. It's just not working out for him, but still a lot of time left for him to figure it out if he can. Maybe that Red Dino can make some gains towards the end of this race, but meanwhile we have the White Dino working his way to the inside of Roman and Jared. Oh, Jared with a little contact there, but I'm going to keep it going. We're going to go on board with Roman. Now we've got Opix, Slaunch, and Luke in front of Roman here, and then I believe it's still Real Deal in Detail, but Real Deal is now electing to go for that inside as a little spin out there. I'm not going to lie, I was watching the front for a second. I didn't even see what happened. We got to go back.
Lap complete.
Just another spin out, and Armada gets involved with it, and that could potentially be a caution there with the spin out and Armada just slamming his way in, or sorry, Red Dino just slamming his way into it. Could absolutely be a caution there, so we'll see, and it is going to be called one, so I think that would, I think that's the right call. And like I said, really quick, God, we've had some lobbies where it is just super frustrating to get the races restarted. Not in this lobby. We were on point with these restarts. Green flag. And who's making the big move? That is Roman making the massive move to the inside rut. Oh, and Jared getting the White Dino up the wall as Red Dino goes rogue down the inside. What is that? We got a rogue Red Dino in the inside rut working his way up to podium spot, and now he's going to go for it. He's sending it on the race leader Detail. Red Dino to the lead. He's finally figured it out at the right time, as we have almost a 4 wide in the mid-pack as well. Real Deal and Detail doing slide jobs. Slaunch trying to work his way to the inside rut. Luke has now moved his way to the outside. And the Red Dino has also moved his way to the outside as Detail slides out of the rut and almost absolutely flips, but is able to keep it clean. Now we're going to see these 4 drivers here go for the inside. Real Deal was electing for the outside there, but potentially with seeing them all go for the inside, decides to go inside himself. But then we have this whole line of drivers mess up the inside. Luke decides to send it to the outside now. Red Dino decides to as well. Detail going for a bit of a mixed line. Slaunch just biffing it on the inside rut again. Needs to try to figure that out for the end of this race. I mean, a lot of these drivers do, to be honest. I think everybody's been messing it up at least a couple times per moto. But on the bright side, there is still time left, and I'm sure there'll be another caution or two. So no time like now to figure out how to run that inside rut, as you could still get some good runs towards the end of this race. As the Red Dino has settled out to the outside line, but now he's going to send it to the inside with that momentum, but is not able to keep it in the rut, but nor is Luke able to keep it on the inside as well. So now we have a 2 wide to the inside, a rare case here. Red Dino and Luke, arch nemesis from this entire race. Now we're running it side by side to the inside, but now the Red Dino is going to lose a little bit of traction, so he's going to have to try to get a little bit of that speed back. Going to try to send it. Tries to pop Luke out of the rut, not really going to happen quite yet, and they're both keeping it pretty close with detail as well. In second, as Real Deal with the gap decides it's safe to run the outside. Red Dino sending it. Will he send it yet again? He's going to try to. It's not going to work out. Messes up the inside just a little bit. Going to lose a bit of time, but he was able to at least keep it in the rut. Detail also just not really the cleanest runs from the current inside runners as Real Deal goes down. What the hell was that? Another full dismount for our leader. Let's go back and watch that one. I don't even know what happened. So late in the race, Real Deal, our potential overall winner here. He's having a great run. He had a great run in Moto 1. Just, oh man, just loses it. And that is the risk. That is the risk. We'll watch it one more time. When you send it full speed on this inside rut, when you send it full speed, if you fly out of the rut, it's very easy to, we're doing another replay. It's very easy to end up flipping when you slide out of it. So like those moves that Detail was going for earlier, they don't look that risky. Yeah, that's a pretty bad crash. They don't look that risky, but they are actually pretty damn risky. What just happened to Real Deal, I'm honestly surprised it hasn't happened more throughout the race so far.
Complete.
And again, just like what I was talking about in the beginning of Moto 1, the little briefing on the track, that is one of those things that you got to watch out for here at 141. There's just so many risks on that inside, but it is speedy. So, but here we go. Around 20 laps to go, 21, 22 laps or so. Green flag. Actually, it's like 10, 11, 12. I'm trolling. As we're green. 3 wide. Slaunch going to send it to the inside. Going to try to bring the white Dino with him as well. Look at that crossover from Luke. Aggressive to the inside. What a move. 3 wide now. It's going to be Slaunch on the inside, Luke on the outside, Real Deal towards the middle as we have a Dino pack as well. More crossovers coming out of Luke and Slaunch. This is the classic World of Outlaw racing that we're used to seeing out of these drivers, out of this field. Red Dino biffs it towards the back. Detail trying to get it back on the inside as Luke is leading, but spins it a little bit, but doesn't completely spin, just lost it towards the end, so he ends up recovering. Detail's going to go for the slide job there on him, as I think we have Slaunch now to the lead. And a big move from Roman, big move from Luke. The Red Dino is back in it as well. It's going to send it to the inside. The battle for the lead is currently Slaunch and I think Real Deal. But the Red Dino has something to say about that. He is tracking Real Deal down in third. Detail trying to make some type of move here. Try to get some type of traction on this inside. Get some of these spots back. None of these drivers really having the cleanest of runs. You could tell that it's late in the race. Red Dino bends it again on the inside, and that is going to cost him drastically. Meanwhile, Real Deal finding some speed around the outside. Look at this lead battle. Top 3, Slaunch, Real Deal, and Luke, and Detail lurking behind in fourth with not too much time left. Actually, let's take a look. We're getting really close to the end of this race. There's only a few laps to go, so we're getting really close to the end. We're going to stay on board with Detail here. We have a nice shot of the lead battle. I believe that is 2 to go. So we're on 2 to go right now. At the moment, it is a close battle between Luke and Real Deal for second. Slaunch, meanwhile, has kind of gotten away with it. I believe that is white flag. Last lap, what's going to happen? Slaunch is looking good. Real Deal sends it and coast down on the rut on the last lap. Again, Slaunch takes the win. Luke takes second. Detail takes third. Real Deal still takes fourth. Red Dino, Roman, White Dino, and Jared towards the back. We're definitely going to have to take a look at a replay on that. What a finish to the second moto. What the hell just happened? So let's take a look. This is our, and as you can see, it was basically just this battle between Luke and Real Deal. I mean, look at the rest of the pack. We're staying on board with Detail just to have a good view of it. But if you look at the rest of the pack, I mean, it's separate, right? Like the rest of the pack, if there's no caution, they're kind of settled into where they are, unless somebody makes a mistake. So it's kind of settled. Luke and Real Deal, it was Real Deal and Slaunch, but eventually Slaunch got the pace. He finally got that inside down at the best time possible. Meanwhile, Luke has also kind of figured out the inside. He does run it a little wide there. Oh, that wasn't white flag. My bad. So now we're going down to white flag. Luke is kind of just tried to hold this line against Real Deal. There he has a good run, and Real Deal maybe not expecting it, and Luke maybe expecting Real Deal to just run the outside line like he has been. And that's not what Real Deal went for, though. He tried to squeeze it on the inside. Oh, man. He for sure would have gotten a podium there if he just held his outside, but he decides to make a move to try to get second, to try to secure that overall. And it does not work out. Unfortunate there from Real Deal. Let's take another look at that one. But yeah, I think this is a case of Luke running pretty... I mean, you could tell he runs pretty wide on the entry on the inside generally, and Real Deal's been running the outside, so I think Luke expected Real Deal to keep running the outside. That is not what happened. He came down, tried to squeeze it in, and it just did not work out. It was just terrible timing. And with that finish, the driver that had a really good run late in the race, Slaunch, takes the win. Luke second, Detail third, and then Real Deal still holds on to it, still holds on to fourth, still takes that top five. Armada fifth, Roman 6th, Opix 7th, and Jared 8th. All right, so we're going to take a look at a replay, see how Slaunch could take this Moto win. So we're going to watch, take another look at this restart from his POV. So as you can see, pretty close at the start, but I think this move right here, where he went to the inside rut, and went for the white dyno, and then I went absolutely crazy in front. That was a pretty big move as well, and I think that move also like kind of helped him out here too. But a few good inside runs, a 4-wide battle behind him. Me sliding for the inside here definitely made things interesting. That definitely switched things up, but I think Slaunch made a pretty smart move here and held the inside instead of going for the outside after that. And then this is where I just looked away from it, but this is where I cheesed in front, so kind of gave him a good opportunity. Detail, Roman, and Red Dino going out of the rut. Roman doing it again. I'm doing it again. Red Dino doing it again as well. So a lot of people just sending it out of the rut
Lap complete.
in this one.
Lap complete.
And then that's when Ramda cheesed. So Real Deal gets kind of a run here. We'll go. I think my onboard's probably pretty good for this one. So Real Deal starts to get some pretty good runs around the outside, as we've only got like 4 laps to go here. And then this is where Real Deal starts to get some good runs around the outside, like as I start to get some pretty good runs on the inside as well. And Slaunch has already got a pretty good gap here from all the cheese battles that have been happening behind him. And we're going to 2 to go here, and he has a really close call. If he slid it out or like got stuck right there, that could have been really bad. But here we go to the white flag, and this is where I start running it up because I'm just trying to like steal momentum on Real Deal. Gets pretty close. This is where the cheese happens. Bonk, the bonk, and then Slaunch brings it home. So
Lap complete.
pretty crazy ending to Moto 2. Pretty good race. Pretty good race. I'm definitely happy with how that went for our first time racing a World of Outlaw series like specific race in frickin' 7 years or so. So pretty nice. I guess we might 5 years I guess, because in the MCC thing we did a few. Yeah, I said series specific. Never mind. It's fine. So after that, love to see the brute shot celebrations from the field here. So in first, it's going to be for Moto 2, Slaunch again, and then Luke, Detail, Real Deal, Red Dino, Roman, White Dino, and Jared. And your order, your points lead. So the overall winner of this first event is Slaunch. He actually does take it by a point. So he's got 31 points. Then we have Real Deal in second right now with 30 points. And then Detail in third with 29 points. Luke in fourth with 28 points. And then we got some ties. Funnily enough, lined up here, Red Dino and Roman are tied then with 23 points apiece. And funnily enough, again, towards the back here, White Dino and Jared are also tied with 19 points apiece. So pretty close as you'd expect. Lot of position battles in the points after one round. And as of right now, I think off the top of my head, I want to say it's 7 rounds, but for all the people that raced in this, now that there's some excitement and some more interest for it, if anybody wants to try to send it on a Woo track for our side series here, definitely give it a go. Definitely give it a go. So right now we're at 7, but I'd say I'd do like 12 max. I'd say I'd do like 12 max. I might make another one myself as well. Maybe Matt will send one. We'll see. So that's probably where we'll cap it out. But if anybody wants to try to give that a shot after this, Whitewater in this race, now that the interest is there, definitely give it a go. So GG's to the field, and hopefully next week we'll get some more Woo action on MCC.